Hello, families and students in second grade. I want to introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Martin, and I will be your second grade teacher this year. I know that year is going to be very different from what you're used to, but I know that we can still make it a successful year. We are cruisers, and we can do hard things. So, a little bit about me. This is my ninth year teaching at Madison Elementary. So, those of you students who have been here for the last 2 years probably know my face. And this is my 15th year teaching at all. So, I've already taught kindergarten, first, and second grade. Second grade is definitely my favorite. So I went to Bowling Green State University for my undergraduate in elementary education, and I have my reading endorsement, which certifies me as a reading specialist. And now I'm even in graduate school to for more reading education. So I live with my husband and my two daughters, Sloan and Evelyn. You'll hear me talk about them a lot. Sloan just started kindergarten this year, and Evelyn is in second grade too. So between teaching here, graduate school, and teaching my daughters at home, I know how crazy and complicated things can be for everybody right now. And I do believe that as long as we can work together, we can make this happen. So, for parents, I would like to remind all of you right now to make sure you've completed all of your child's final forms for the district online if you haven't already done that. I know that there was an extra form that was added recently about school restarting because I know that I had one as well that I had to do. So, double check and make sure you have done all of those because those have to be done as soon as possible. Also, if you have not already connected to my class dojo, which most of you have, please do that as soon as you can as well. Dojo is definitely the easiest way to communicate with me, and make sure to check it daily, especially this year, because I'm going to be communicating a lot of important information because things seem to change day to day these days. The next thing I want to go over is what is going to be in your child's bag when you do the Chromebook pickup. Okay. So, first of all, obviously, the Chromebook is going to be in here and the charger. Okay. So please make sure right away we put this in a safe place when it comes home. The next thing that's going to be in there is a writing journal. You will have two math workbooks. Okay. And I'll talk more about the writing notebook and the math workbooks when we start class. Okay. You're going to have a baggie of some supplies. You're going to have whiteboard markers, some pencils. This black piece of felt is an excellent eraser for your little whiteboard that I'm going to show you here in a second, and some crayons. So also make sure those are in a good, safe spot at home. Next, you're going to have a green folder. So I'm just going to take a minute here and talk about what's in here. There's a lot of stuff for you, for the students. There's a little, kind of like a little writer's dictionary in here. There's some things in here that we're going to talk about, especially on the first day, about what our Google Meets are going to look like and how to take care of our Chromebooks. There's this fun thing that you're going to need for your phonics lessons. It's all of our sounds, some sight word phrases. Again, I'm going to go over some of this more once we start class. This is going to be really, really important, okay? On one side, you have white paper, and on this side, you have orange paper, and it has all these things around it. This is going to be your whiteboard. We're going to use this a lot during our lessons, so we want to make sure that we keep track of this. And the best way to do that is just to keep it in your green folder. Okay. The next thing is you have a couple of books that I've added in here that we are also going to get to in some of our lessons. And then there is a packet with a pink paper on top, and this is for you guys, mom and dad. Okay. So a lot of important information in here about what this year is going to look like. I especially want to take a minute to talk about what the schedule is going to look like. Now, this is going to be a lot different from when we shut down in the spring because there's going to be a lot more live teaching. So there are times on here where they need to get on Google Meets live with me, and then there's some independent time. Now, I've put it all on this chart for you, so you don't have to guess or anything like this. Now, don't feel too overwhelmed about this because if you say like, how am I going to get them on and off? Remember that I have a monitoring system where I'm watching all the students' Chromebooks. So if I need to push in a Google Meet with your child, I can do that. Really, I'm just asking you to kind of help monitor because remember, I'll teach. You just monitor. I don't want to add anything else onto your plate. This is your main responsibility, parents, is just to make sure that you're monitoring that they are on and getting their work done. Okay. I'll take care of the rest. Now, I will definitely be communicating parents if I am concerned about anybody not getting their work done and things like that. The next thing I want to talk about is Google Classroom. Now, most of you are probably familiar with that from last spring, and I will actually upload a kind of tutorial how-to video on Google, or excuse me, on Class Dojo to show you a little bit more about that. Okay, I don't want to do too much information at one time. Alrighty. Next, I want to talk about attendance. So the way attendance is going to work this year, if your child is not logged on by 10 o'clock, they are considered absent, and you'll get an on call or a phone call from the school saying your child is absent. Now, if they get on later, um, that's okay. What will happen is the official attendance will be taken the following morning. So they do have the rest of the day to get on, but it's kind of a way just to give you a heads up like, hey, your student hasn't logged on yet. They need to get on. They're missing their lessons. Okay, so hopefully that will kind of help you out too, especially those of you who might not be able to sit there with your child to make sure they're on, to make sure we have them all on track. So I know that's a lot of information, but remember, we're all in this together. This is new, it's different for everybody, and I'm going to work so hard to make sure that everybody gets the best education as possible, no matter what situation we're in. I'm here to help, I'm here to teach, and I really think that if we can work together, we can make this a really successful year. I'm so excited to meet all of you. Hopefully, we'll be in the classroom soon, but until then, I will see you on our first Google Meet. All right, guys, well, take care and see you soon.